For a figure whose name is recognisable to every Formula One fan and whose status in the sport would be agreed on by most pundits, the significance of the subject of this video is still underappreciated. He is arguably on the level of such icons as Ron Dennis and Frank Williams when it comes to running teams. So today we're asking, who is Ross Brawn? Just before we get going, did you know that over 75% of you watching are not subscribed to this channel? Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this video. Now, to help us begin this story, here's JWF1 to discuss Brawn's early life and career.
He was born in 1954 and developed an early interest in engineering. Here he is pictured in his final year of the UK Harwell Apprentices in late 1975. Just 1 year later, aged 22, he began his journey into motorsports. He joined March Engineering as a milling machine operator, but quickly moved on to their Formula 3 division as a mechanic. After this, he was hired by Sir Frank Williams in 1978 as a machinist for the newly formed Williams team. He quickly moved up through the ranks, working in the R&D department with Frank Durney and as an aerodynamicist in the team's wind tunnel. He moved on to the Haas Lola team in 1985 as part of the design team. This car was said to have had the best handling on the grid, but the 4-cylinder Hart engine was no match for Ford's 6-cylinder equivalent. 1 year later, the team left the sport, which prompted Brawn to move on to the Arrows team, where he would stay until he left F1 at the end of 1989 for sports car racing.
Many thanks to JWF1 for that insight. If you've somehow never heard of his excellent channel, do make sure to check it out through the link in the description below. Brawn rejoined F1 in 1991, and this is when his career got interesting. He took on the position of technical director of the Benetton team, helping it win consecutive World Drivers' Championships in 1994 and 1995 with Michael Schumacher, and also the World Constructors' Championship in 1995. Brawn was credited by much of the specialist press as being an integral part of these victories, particularly in terms of devising race strategy. Brawn followed Schumacher to the Ferrari F1 team in late 1996, at the end of Schumacher's first year with the team. He was again renowned for his race strategies as the team began to challenge for the championship in 1997, despite the superiority of the Williams cars that year and the McLaren cars from 1998 onwards. After these rebuilding years, he, as Ferrari technical director, helped return the team to glory when it won the Constructors' Championship in 1999, the first of 6 consecutive titles. The Brawn-guided Scuderia also powered Schumacher to 5 consecutive drivers' titles, from 2000 to 2004. Brawn's contributions to this unprecedented string of titles have led many to label him as a vital member of the Ferrari Dream Team, along with Schumacher, team principal Jean Todt, and chief designer Rory Byrne. In 2005, Ferrari never quite found form and lost the Constructors' title to Renault, the driver's crown passing from Schumacher to Fernando Alonso. In 2006, Ferrari had a poor start but clearly had the fastest car by the end of the season. On the 26th of October 2006, Ferrari announced that Brawn would be leaving the team. It was thought that he would take a 1-year sabbatical to allow other members of the Ferrari technical departments to advance within the team. But Brawn actually joined Honda for the 2008 season, setting himself up for one of his greatest triumphs. The move came as something of a shock, as he was linked to the big spending Red Bull team at the time. However, this risky move paid off in a huge way. The withdrawal of Honda from Formula One, announced in late 2008, meant Brawn was effectively out of the sport unless a buyer could quickly be found. Brawn believed that the team had a race-winning car for the next year. Then, on the 5th of March 2009, a 100% buyout of Honda F1 was completed, with Brawn taking a controlling 54% stake. They announced entry to the 2009 F1 World Championship under the new name Brawn GP. Many aspects of Honda F1 were retained under the new ownership, including the experienced driver lineup of Rubens Barrichello and Jenson Button. The season was a huge success, as Brawn GP won the 2009 Formula One World Constructors' Championship and Jenson Button won the World Drivers' Championship at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Brawn GP was bought out by Mercedes-Benz in November 2009. As majority shareholder, Brawn stood to do very well financially from the deal and remained as team principal. In December 2009, 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher confirmed that the main reason he decided to come out of retirement and drive for Mercedes GP was because of Brawn. The next few years were some of his most unsuccessful, but we know these were to be followed in 2014 by a dominant Mercedes car. However, before he could take any credit for this, he left the team at the end of 2013, following disagreements about his role. A few years mostly away from the sport followed. Then on the 23rd of January 2017, it was announced that Ross Brawn was appointed to the new role of Managing Director, Motorsports and Technical Director for the Formula One Group. He has since been influential in bringing in the new 2022 technical regulations that are intended to transform the sport. He shows no signs of slowing down. Over his career, Ross Brawn helped deliver 8 drivers' titles, 7 for Schumacher and 1 for Button as team principal. A truly distinguished career. Thank you for watching. Are there any other F1 icons that you want to know more about? Leave a comment below with any suggestions, and remember to like, share and subscribe for plenty more racing details to come.